Good afternoon. One more lesson today. While you wait for our friends to log in, please look at the Do Now task. It's about health and safety when using model making equipment. You have to rate from 1 to 10, the least dangerous to the most dangerous. I give you a few seconds. Okay, I put the ruler at the bottom and the protractor as number 2 as least dangerous tools. Then goes the set square, scissors, compass, and craft knife. Okay, it's always good when you are working, and even if you are doing a GCSE design technology, we have to risk assess the equipment that you are using. Is part of the success criteria there. Okay, in today's lesson, we are going to talk about model making. And in this lesson, we are going to understand what makes a successful piece of work. For that, we are going to look at Project 1 and the people that haven't finished yet. Please, the deadline is on the 5th of February, and you can use these ideas that I'm going to show soon. And also in this lesson, I'm going to introduce the practical project number 2, okay? Because after next week, I'm going to set as an assignment, as a new assignment, the project number 2. And the objective in this moment, in this lesson, is to understand why designers make models. Okay, on the yellow box is the deadline. You must upload your work in Google Slides, then I can assess your work. Okay, for the ones, congratulations for Marco, etc., that Jacob, you all have finished the work. If you have finished it, you are going, for this week, you are going to make a 3D drawing of your robot hands. For that, I want a series of drawings showing different angles, and you can shade them using some art techniques there. I have some examples at the bottom. Okay, during this lesson, I'm going to show you some successful work, how designers present ideas. Well, challenge yourself, and we try to work as professionally as we can. All right, let's look at some successful piece of work from other friends. Look, I put some arrows there, just have a look. The idea as a designer, as an engineer, is problem solving. I had few students asking, sir, I don't have this, sir, I don't have that. But look, people use masking tape, sellotape, glue with a piece of paper. Can you see the arrows? And I love in this, I'm pointing out to different ways where the fingers fit to move the mechanisms. Okay, some other examples, beautiful solutions, problem solving. This is what the subject is about. Problem solving. Look, so many different ideas to do the same thing, guys. I hope it inspires who is still in the process of completing it. Look, I love the one on the left. The student didn't have the materials at home, but he had a stapler. For that, rather than he used the string, he used a thread, a thin thread that actually the stapler would go under between the base and the stapler and slide under it, through it. Okay, another nice ingenious work is this, the reinforcement of the hand on the right. Can you see? It's all trying to find solutions for a problem. Okay, guys. Another outstanding work. This is one. There are few students that work in this manner. Look, presented every stage of the design process and also showed a video showing how the mechanisms. This is a level of GCSE. This is what expected by the exam board. It's called diary of making. You just make annotations around it, underneath it, what you have done, and to look the evaluations. The next slide, guys. Full sentences, full paragraphs, keywords. Look, so beautiful piece of writing there. Look the keywords to show how mechanisms and linkages work. Is using previous knowledge, what you learned last week about linkages and mechanisms. Method, equipment. I first drew around my hand. Can you see describing what he was doing? And so on, okay? Please, let's put a lot of effort to write the evaluation as well. What does the designer do then? Being a designer is about developing ideas, exploring ideas, refining ideas, use materials, making choices. This is what these exemplary works showed us in this first project. Experimenting, changing form, modeling, okay, solving problems. And designers bring ideas to life. Can you see? When I mentioned about the extension work to make the 3D drawing, can you see a designer is constantly making sketches and drawing and showing how a mechanism or an object would work. Now, I'm going to introduce the project number 2. We are going to make a model of a robot, a 3D model. And for that, I have some examples at the bottom. And can you see, you can interpret this project as you like, okay? I'm going to show you some more examples in the following slides. But before, we are going to work as a designer. As the client give us a brief. I'm going to read you a brief. And the students that are planning to do the GCSE, everyone would like all this be in the Google Slides. From the design brief, your drawings and some pictures and the evaluation, okay? This is the challenge. Okay, I'm going to read the design brief for you guys. A toy company is asking you to develop a series of drawings ideas for a toy robot. You are going to use cardboard or any other recyclable materials. The robot should ideally have moving parts. The robot can be in any scale. For that, you have to design as many ideas as you can, and should be a minimum of 2 evaluated ideas and a final ideas, okay? A final idea. This is just to show you that there is no barriers. I just want you to be as creative as you can. Okay, it's just the intention here. Can you see all recycled materials you find in the recycling bins? The shop, the corner of our house, usually put some stuff out. We try to work with all these materials. What do I mean by recyclable materials? Please find something around your house, any kind of thing. Could be a shoebox, a cereal box, a cardboard, food packaging, a takeaway, bottle tops, corks, anything. Look what I did here. I dismantled soap container, playing with lollipops, sticks, with lids, water bottle. But if you look at the bottom, for people that like challenge themselves, can you see? I use the bottle cap and put them against each other. It moves. And can you see design 3? The body of the robot is there. The arm, you can play around trying to make mechanisms with these different materials, okay? Is one idea there. Now, let's talk about the design process, how a professional designer works. He has a brief, and your brief is to design as many ideas as you like, but you should create a minimum of 2 annotated ideas and a final idea, okay? Before that, I would like to remember or go back to our classroom to remember any project that we started. We started with a mood board. And a mood board is to set the feel of the project. It brings materials, colors, and it's kind of a brainstorm with images. You see, as an example, I would like you to work on, you could make a very beautiful folder. The design brief asks you to design 2 ideas. Can you see these examples how professional designers work? It's not just one idea there, oh, I'm going to do this. Can you see it's constantly making sketches and in different angles, trying to find solutions for different parts. Usually there are more than one drawing when 2 parts are joined together, etc. Another way of presenting informations. And now I'm going to show you some ideas for your model, okay, as a starting point. You look at these slides, see what inspires you, this is the idea. It's quite interesting, the top left one, in terms of details and textures. Again, look, different ideas. There is a big one with another mechanism, a kind of dinosaur, T-Rex, and more ideas for your model. The ones in the yellow box are literally bits of wood found, I don't know, in their workshop, in the streets. A designer is constantly working with what he finds, what is available to him. Can you see again, I'm emphasizing, I'm stressing that a designer, I would like, as you have these pieces and different pieces for your robot, you do drawings, just try to always respond to it with a drawing. And this is, can you see examples of drawings, ideas, or development, idea development at the bottom? There is not just one drawing. Okay, some more ideas here for textures. You can open the cardboard to use the inside, play with the geometry, and so on. Some more ideas for your models. Now, why do we make a model? Why are models important? I would like you to think for 10 seconds. If you want to, someone give them an idea, send a message, you can do it now. If you have any other questions, you can, I can answer a question now as well. Okay, why do we make a model? Why are they are important? Physical model is an essential tool used in developing ideas in a final prototype. Some examples. Why are they important? A very important part of the design process and development of ideas. Very basic versions are referred as mock-ups. Can you see the design is constantly design and make a 3D for reflection of the design. He can check proportions, how things works. The designers also use Legos, Meccano, Kinex. Usually these are used for exploring mechanisms and linkages and levers, as we talked in the previous lessons. Why do we make a card model then? When design a product, there is a time when it's necessary to make a scale model. This is a useful exercise as it allows the designer to select an idea and make a 3D representation. Models can be generated by computer, okay? It's called CAD, Computer-Aided Design. You can revolve it, section it, view, invert in a variety of ways. It allows the design to change things very quickly, applying color, texture. If a potential client is viewing the computer model, it can be changed and updated at the time of the meeting. This is an advantage. Now, there are other realistic model, another type. This is what we call prototype as well. It allows a simple evaluation of the design by the designer and the client. Okay, this is the model of a game for a young child. It has been constructed accurately using the joints. Here you can see if it works aesthetically, proportionally, and if it's easy to use it. And okay. Another type of architectural models are usually they are made to scale. Again, the purpose is to for the architect to show to the client. Usually they can be disassembled, and is a reflection of the designing scale. A model has been manufactured, in this one in particular, from MDF and Perspex. Now, we looked at models. Let's look at materials that the traditional model make materials. I have a series there, and we are going to look at model making tools as well. Okay, model make materials. Virtually any material can be used for model making. Okay, this is in our robots, we're trying to use recyclable materials. But the first one here is a cardboard corrugated card. Usually they are quite strong. We use art straws as well. Usually is used for structures. Card. And the idea of card is quickly you can create something 3D. And you have different colors. You just constantly change the shape. It's easy to use cards. Then you can usually do a corrugated card. Card is you need certain more specialized tools. All the materials are balsa wood, is a traditional model making material. We have the MDF, is a cheap option for model making. This is usually what we have in the workshop. And high density polystyrene, also known as compressed polystyrene. Is a very good model making material. We use fret saws. Most of these can use a tenon saw for this type of materials. A very traditional one for model make materials architecture, in particular, is these foam boards. They are lightweight and easy to cut and shape. They are ideal for model making, but they are a bit expensive. Okay, if you look at the top right, is a model making created using foam boards. The bottom one, as well. The very bottom one, right on your right hand side, is balsa wood. The next one up, going towards the center of the slide, is a block. It could be MDF. There is not much detail; it's more geometrical. And I love the left one. It's kind of layering cardboard, or laminating is another word that we use, and creating this idea of a slope. And it gives very nice texture and quite aesthetically interesting to look at. Another material, Perspex, is a good quality plastic material supplied in a range of sections, shapes, and size. Another one is Styrofoam, is an excellent model make material. Now let's look at some tools. A craft knife is the first one, and you need a cutting mat, and they can be used to cut model making foam boards as well as paper and card. Another one is the scissors. The advantage is that it's quite safe. And the bottom one is a hot wire cutter. It can be used to shape a variety of model make foam, including styrofoam. We are going to have most of these tools in the workshop when we come back. And these ones, the top one is a hot glue gun. We all know how it works. Glue such UHU and PolyZap is another one. Fret saws are used to cut in lightweight materials such MDF, plywood, and plastic materials. And a small bench drill is used to drill holes, and they are cheap to buy them. Okay. All right. I think now we looked at what we've done so far. Congratulations for all students that completed the work. Now, the rest of you, just a few of you, deadline is on the 5th of February, okay? And don't forget, after this lesson, I'm going to give an assignment about model making materials and tools, okay? Any questions, guys? Okay, for those that has finished, you have, don't forget, you're going to do a drawing of your robotic hands. And thank you. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. All right, see you later then, bye.